Imagine you're a 19th century European merchant traveling through Persia. You buy some weed or whatever Iran sells. You head out to the city center to check out the statue of Odin, eat some sushi, then you go back to your room, you fall asleep, you dream about a world in which Iran was Shia and had no sushi. That was one hell of a nightmare. But fortunately, Persia's still this and nothing can change that. After about 53 annoying restarts, Vinland, which is the only Norse country in EU4, has finally spawned, and having checked that off the list, I started my great journey through misery and more misery as the tiny nation of HORDE. Almost immediately my country started to expand very quickly. 2 provinces, holy shit! As I was about to declare yet another war, I realized that EU4 lets you upgrade mountains. I cannot express how confused I am right now. Can someone tell me how this works? How? Over the course of the next decade or so, we grew in strength significantly, becoming the second largest player in Japan and even colonizing to extend our colonial range to reach Finland. Having gobbled up Uesugi, I was finally strong enough to challenge Ashikaga and take the shogunate, meaning that our nation has just entered a new era, an era of independence, progress and colonialism. With the invention of land ships, we could finally extend our colonial ambitions to Southeast Asia, bringing Ternate under our control as the focus tree allows us to colonize half of Indonesia, which we needed China decided to unfound itself and used that opportunity to attack Korea, to make me suffer by making it impossible to convert. So we went for Ainu instead, which we needed to convert to animism, as Paradox decided it would be very funny to make me suffer by making it impossible to convert to Norse directly. Now in case you're not familiar with Paradox, that's the company that decided that this is an appropriate way for an AI to behave. Of course, the same AI thought it would be very funny to do a little trolling and kill my rebels, which sucked because now I had to save scum to convert to animism again. This time though, China did not fucking die, and Spain conquered Finland, which sucked because instead of winning against the 30 developing country with military tech 3, I had to fight the entire Spanish Empire just to get like 2 provinces. The only way I could succeed at this was clear. Maritime and naval ideas. You think I'm joking? No, unfortunately not really. Since I was too weak to beat the Spanish army, I could use the fact that they had to transport their army to what I think is America to my advantage and beat their navy. The idea might have just been crazy enough to work. And so, I had to get ready. This time I got rid of the Ashikaga problem more efficiently by just annexing them in 2 wars. I converted to animism and kept colonizing, with Hentai Land becoming my first colony in 1575. After a little bit of genocide, I also colonized Laosi. But then the game decided that I was doing way too well, so it just spawned rebels out of thin air. Do you want to see something stupid? That's right. The Ottoman Empire is back, bitch. After years of careful preparation, I was still scared to declare war on Spain. Now that is mostly because, as you may already have noticed, I suck at this game, which is why I have decided to opt for state-sponsored terrorism instead, and when that didn't work, I just kinda gave up and kept colonizing for a while. I have also noticed that, you know what, actually forget it, I won't even try to understand what the fuck is going on at this point. Having maxed out my great ideas, I declared war on Spain. Here's how it went. Alright, first of all, I straight up just went tryhard mode and even lowered the game speed to 4. As it turned out, that might not have been necessary, as the war was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Because guess what? Spain decided not to send any troops to America. EU4 AI moment. So the war was over as soon as the French capitulated, which, spoiler alert, didn't take long at all. Now, what did I get from this war? Well, I got 2 provinces and Saluzzo as a tributary. At what cost? Well, maritime and naval ideas, 1 million casualties, and 5 years of actually trying to play the game properly. And I just kinda converted. But my population was kind of rebellious about it, so I used a tool that solves every single problem in existence. Imperialism. It was time to invade the desert. Now this is a tool that America has used many times before, and it worked. And by it worked, I mean that it did absolutely nothing to solve my unrest problems, but now I had a base to attack the Timurids from. And so I did. Now, who do you think the AI took as a bigger threat? All of the Ottomans on their border, or the 50,000 Japanese troops in Asia? Well, I think you know what they chose. They steamrolled through my Arabian army while the Turkish were just walking into their capital without meeting any resistance. Saves some time. As you may know, Einstein once said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Well, guess what I did? And no, it did not go well. It was time to do it again, but this time I made an actual war plan, okay? And I had a feeling we actually stood a chance. The plan was very simple. Blitzkrieg. Basically, the objective was to get all of Timurid's allies out of the war as soon as possible and rush their capital. Did it work? Fuck no! At least not at first. After some time though, I managed to piece out most of the miners and now my main target were the Timurids, whom I attacked from the west with the Ottoman army. But since the Timurids were busy sieging down Siberia, me and my allies gangbanged them from all sides. And surprisingly, I won right when the revolution started, meaning that my campaign was soon going to end. I did a little bit of exploiting to stop being a shogun, and with that I was able to embrace Persian culture and form Persia. Finally, after my struggle was over, Iranian sushi could be made with Thor's blessing. Hold up, join the Discord, bye.